Actually, where? Yeah. You have the photo. Hey, can you like tear it up and throw it?
No, he printed it out. Sham, are you Sham?
Who won?
Okay.
Dhruv. Hey, Dhruv. Arya.
Check. All right, it's toss time in the center, folks. We've got the coin and both the captains right in the middle of the ground. Of course, Ashutosh has the coin in his hand and he's going to ask one of the captains to choose a hand. And looks like coins in the air, call is made. Ashutosh, who's won the toss?
Jasmine has won the toss.
All right.
And they are bowling first.
So we have the captains up here for a quick conversation before we begin.
Okay.
Right.
Sit there.
Alright, so tell us your name and what have you decided after winning the toss?
My name is Dhruv and we decided to bowl first.
Alright, Dhruv, you're the captain for your team. So, what would be a total that you'd want to restrict the Mayflower Mavericks to? What would be a total you'd be happy to chase?
Under 100, 110, somewhere.
Between 100 and 110? Okay, that's a good score. You feel confident with your batting lineup. Give some shout out to some of your team members. Who are some of your good bowlers and batsmen that we should all look out for?
Revant is a good all-rounder to look out for. Prayan, Kichu and Paran.
Okay, fantastic. And tell us about you. Are you more of a batter, more of a bowler? Are you all-rounder? What is your role in this team?
I'm an all-rounder.
Fantastic. Good luck out there. Best of luck. All right, let's speak to the captain of the Mayflower Mavericks now. Had you won the toss, what would you have chosen to do?
Batting only.
Okay, they would have chosen to bat, so it kind of worked out, right? So for you guys must be really wanting to get a win on the board and try to get some points. What is a good total? They said 100, 110. Is that a total you'd be happy to try and defend?
I'd like to score more towards 120, 130 if it's possible.
Oh, we know it is possible because the other day Springfield scored 130, so we know it's doable. And so for you, who are the star players of your team? Who's someone you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to give a shout out to Bhuvan, Manoj and Ashutosh. Those are our main people. Sadly, Priyansh and Atharva, our other mains, are not here. So.
Okay, so missing some key players today. Who are the players filling in today and who will be making a debut in this match?
No one actually. We're just playing with players short. We don't have anyone else.
Fantastic. So, what about, have you guys been practicing a lot? How has been the mood of RPL within your team?
We've been practicing a lot, yeah, you could say that. Kind of sad right now. We won 2 matches, but trying to keep the morale up, that's all.
Yeah, and the only way to keep your morale up is to make sure that you get a good performance in, gives you confidence going into the rest of the tournament. So, thank you so much. What's your name again? Ribam. Best of luck out there to you and your team. So the news from the center, folks, the Mayflower Mavericks, who are been put into bat by the Jasmine Goats. Jasmine Goats won the toss, elected to bowl first. They've said they want to set a target of anywhere under 110. They'd be happy to chase that down. That can be a tricky total as we've seen in this tournament. I'm assuming a safer total would be below 100, but we'll see what turns out. So the next course of play is, of course, the national anthem, which we will do now, and then we'll get further into the match. All right? Awesome. Teams, we request you to line up here for the national anthem. Request all the team members to join in the center and line up for the national anthem.
Guys, come. मैं RPL
जय गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय
Check. If you are joining us now, folks, Check. All right, if you're just joining in now and streaming, we're streaming live on the YouTube, and we're just setting up here for the match between the Jasmine Goats and the Mayflower Mavericks in the next league action in this RPL, which is steaming forward with a lot of matches this weekend and going into next week. So the action is going to come thick and fast. The games are coming. The leaderboard is constantly updating. Both teams would like to get a win here. Are going to play hard to try and get that. These are all young kids out here trying to do their best, and the coaches are all volunteering to try and give their teams the best advantage they can possibly get. So if you are joining in, all the coaches are giving them their last minute advice right before the teams come on to play. This is standard RPL match, 10 overs. We assume that teams will choose to take the girl power play as well, which is of course very unique to the RPL format. I have Ashutosh here with me. Ashutosh, what do you feel about these two teams? You've seen some of them, especially the Mavericks before. They come up against the Jasmine Goats. What is your read on today's match? Who needs it more? Who's really looking good as we go into this intense contest ahead?
Well, I think Mayflower has been getting back-to-back matches, so they are good warmed up and well inside the league. Jasmine are playing their first league match. They played a lot of practice match with all the teams, so hopefully they get a good start today, and we have a keen contest and looking forward to this.
Fantastic. So the RPL is of course in full steam right now. I'm hoping that this is sort of living up to some of the intensity that we were hoping to see some of these kids. Who are some of the teams that have really caught your attention and are looking, quite good to sort of take it into the next stream of play? There's a crucial set of matches ahead. Which teams are looking like the early favorites?
So Elan is one undefeated team so far. Mayflower started well. They were scoring quite well, but teams planned some strategies against them, and last few outings have not been good for them. But yeah, I'm sure given the coach and the management there, they worked on their weaknesses, and I'm sure today we'll see a difference in their batting as well as bowling, and they come back strong.
Fantastic. So, Mayflower Mavericks also in their practice match did beat Springfields. However, went on to lose that match in their actual league game. They'll be really hoping to get a victory out here and get their tournament going. Jasmine Goats looks like a strong team as well. Do you have any read on their players or read on their team? How are they stacking up compared to the other teams?
Well, Jasmine practice hard. They have a very set of good players in Revant and Dhruv and Shyam. So, and they actually have made two teams. So, a lot of young talent in their RWA there. So, yes, it will be a keenly watched contest here today evening. And let's see, it will make things more interesting. Given Jasmine play their first league match today, and hopefully we get the best team wins.
Fantastic. Do we have the Jasmine coach out here? Could we have a quick word? Fantastic. Could you just quickly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about this young team that's out here? It's the first league match for them. How has the Josh been when it comes to the practice, the team coming together? How have you been handling all of these young boys and girls?
Hi, my name is Gaurav. I've been managing two teams in Jasmine. The benefit of having two teams were we were able to play against each other. We had a very close contest yesterday where Panthers were chasing 116 and they lost only by 8 runs. In last over, they needed 12 runs and bowler Priyan stopped them in 4 runs. So our only mantra today or throughout the league is enjoy the process, learn from the process. Once you believe in yourself, you can see winnings coming around you.
Fantastic. So, Jasmine, of course, is the only RWA with 2 teams here, both the Goats and the Panthers. And as you said, they're very closely contested, which is exciting for you as a coach, I imagine. Have you and the players been looking at some of the other games so far on the YouTube, or have you been following some of the results? Who are some of the other teams that you're looking out for and say, okay, that's going to be an interesting match ahead?
Yeah, so we have closely watched all the matches. More than me, all the players have been telling me whom to target. That's very clear. they have the names. I'll not reveal the names, but they know the list of players whom they are going to target. One thing they have realized, every team, if you mix up the bowling, they get confused. And that's the mantra that they're going to play with. And we are not going to reveal who is going to mix up the bowling at our end. So let the game happen and let's see how it goes.
Fantastic. So how are you managing your time between two teams? Like, I'm sure each player is very demanding. How are you deciding who goes into the Goats, who goes into the Panthers?
So we did a common practice, and based on that we balanced out. Another mantra that we wanted to put in the place is, we wanted a mix of age group so that everyone gets to play. So not one team has all the stronger players. So we have done a mix of it. Let's see how it works. It has been working fine, and for last 3 weeks, every morning at 8:30 they have been practicing for 3 hours and 4 hours. If that brings some results, let's see.
Practice makes perfect. And thank you so much, Gaurav. Best of luck to your team out there. All right, let's see some action. Both teams are in similar jerseys, so it may be a little confusing, but we will, of course, through commentary, bring you the... So, through commentary, we'll, of course, continue to bring you all the updates of which team... So, the Mayflower Mavericks are into bat. Bhuvan is the batsman who's going to open the innings for them. And Manoj is opening the bowling for... Manoj is the non-striker. And Karan is going to open the bowling. All right, first ball. Let's play ball. White ball to start this innings. It's nervy out there, folks. It's not easy to be on the pitch and to get your line and length correct from the first delivery. Young man Karan to open the innings, taking on the responsibility for his team. Hits it down the ground. A catch opportunity. Looks like a tight. It's signaled for. The fielders tried in vain. And the first boundary for the innings. Bhuvan has opened his scoring off the bat. Thick edge. Did not carry to the keeper. Lands safely. So the Mavericks here hoping to get a strong start because they will need all the runs they can get to defend against this debutant team of the Jasmine Goats. Bhuvan to face. No ball signal, and the ball has been dispatched for 4. Bhuvan looking in fine form. He is a danger man for the Mavericks. The score is already up to 10 runs for this very first over. Remember, folks, not easy to bowl first over. Dispatched it for 4. Oh, no ball signaled as well. Oh, it's all happening here in the center, folks. Ball was over pitch, above the waist height. Swing and a miss. Close opportunity there. Karan with a good comeback there. Oh, it's way over. A huge no ball. I think the ball is slipping a bit from the wrist. It's also nervy out there. Not easy, folks. First game under the lights. Everyone's watching. Your coach is watching. Your parents, teammates. A free hit coming. What can Bhuvan do with this? Hits it for 4. It's a huge over to start this game. The score's racked up to 20 already, just 4 balls in. White ball. Extras. Bhuvan's really making hay while the sun shines here. Swing and a miss. A good comeback from young Karan out there. He's going to look to close this over out strong. Only one ball left. 21 runs on the board already. It's been an expensive opening over. White ball, slightly strained from the line and length. Karan's going to hope to end this over on a tidy. A dot ball would be invaluable here. No ball! Overstepped. Free hit. It's all happening. You've got to watch your foot when you're bowling. Keep it within the crease. Free hit. White ball. Still a free hit. The free hit continues. 24 on the board. Hits it down the ground, straight to the fielder. Safe, dot ball. So at the end of the first over, very eventful, very long first over, but 24 runs scored by the Mavericks. They are happy with that kind of run rate. Arjun has been signaled to come onto the field.
Games are there. It's okay.
New fielder, fielding changes. Dhruv is the next man to bowl. He's going to hope to tidy things up. The run rate is a bit out of control after that first over. But things can change very quickly, as we've seen in this RPL. Hits it down the ground. It's going all the way. Misfield, boundary. Should have been a 3, but goes all the way for 4. 28, the runs are just keep coming. Fielding has to be tight. It's up in the air, lands safely. Dot ball. Remember, you've got to hit it very flat if you want to hit it for 6 down the ground. Not easy to hit it that flat. In the air, it's gone into the evening sky, saying hello to the sunset in this lovely Bangalore evening. Another boundary and the ball is still traveling well into the Bangalore evening. Manoj has sent this flying for a huge boundary. The ball is still traveling. We don't know when it will land, but a new ball has been sent in to the middle. The score is already up to 32, folks. It's only 1.3 overs. Oh, what a boundary. That's a controlled shot and hit for a boundary. Okay, a revised decision, only 2 runs, not high enough to go for a boundary. Boundaries bring changes into the field. 34 on the board. Oh, defended really well, hit down the ground. No runs. They will take more of these, the goats. But hitting it with the middle of the bat to defend is also a good sign for the batsman. Oh, high in the air. Fielded, but in vain. Another boundary to end this second over. Not as explosive as the first over, but 38 at the end of 2 overs without the loss of a single wicket. A solid partnership between Bhuvan and Manoj to open this innings. Revant is the new bowler coming in. He's going to hope to get a breakthrough here. Otherwise, the score is getting out of hand. Ooh, just checking to see what the batsman would do. Revant really hoping to make a difference here for the goats. Hits it in the air. Boundary. Bhuvan continuing his fine form from the first over. He's dealing only in boundaries out here. 42 on the board, 2.1 overs. In the air. 2 runs. Bhuvan's come out with very attacking intent. He wants to go after every ball. He is swinging and connecting. The score keeps ticking along nicely here for the Mavericks. 44, 2.2. Swing and a miss. Good ball from Revant. Steaming in from over the wicket, and Bhuvan misses the wild swing. Oh, this was quite high pitched. Signal for 4. A fine boundary here and a huge, very welcome boundary for Bhuvan, who keeps sticking along. It's already 48, about to go to 50 already for this Mavericks innings. Slower ball, it's buried into the air. It goes all the way, and a no ball. It's all happening here. No ball 4. And that's 50 for the Mavericks. 53 on the board, 2.4 overs. Free. This is the final ball of this third over. 53 on the board already. Hits it down the ground. Fielded in the deep. Dot ball. At the end of 3 overs, everybody, this is the... Another fielding change. 53 at the end of 3 overs. A very strong, healthy partnership between Bhuvan and Manoj.
Hey, be careful. Can you come from this side? Go from there. Go from there.
Already sent in the group. Jasmine, what I don't have. I have shared in
Arjun, tell him to bowl off.
Next bowler for the Goats is Devit, who's going to hope for a breakthrough here. 53 on the board. Manoj back on strike. Oh, no ball signaled by the umpire.
Out of the box, out of the box.
You have to keep bowling within the marked area. A lot of extras in this innings already. Unorthodox action, it's in the air. Will there be a catch? Falls in no man's land. Golden opportunity there.
Arjun, it was a catch for you. Free. No. Okay, no, sorry.
Unorthodox action. Oh, that should have been fielded in the deep, but goes for 2. Manoj's score keeps ticking along. 56 on the board, 3.2 overs in. Very unorthodox bowling action. Very interesting to see. Not as common in this RPL so far. Ooh! Almost foxed the batsman. Surprised him with the bounce. And he hits it still for 2 runs. That seems to be an area which is being kept intentionally open by the Goats. And Manoj has been exploiting that area a fair bit. Flighted ball sent to the skies again. Manoj is not afraid of those flighted deliveries. And he dispatches it for 4. 62 up for the Mavericks. Hits it again. Same treatment. Manoj is picking this very well and he is dispatching it. 66 on the board. Manoj himself is up to 26. He's looking good in the crease. Hits it again. Same treatment. The ball disappears once again. Manoj is just dealing in boundaries. 70 runs at the end of 4 overs. This is looking good for the Mavericks. This is one of the highest totals registered in the first 4 overs in this RPL. Where will this innings finish? At the way it's going, it's going to go well over 150, but it's difficult to sustain that kind of run rate going into the second half of this innings. So before the next strategic timeout, this is the final over. Paran is the next bowler for the Goats. Before the strategic timeout, where we need to get, he'll want to get something for the Goats back. A wicket would be priceless here. Wide ball, a very big wide ball. Umpires consulting. 71 at the end in 4 overs. Bhuvan's
Come on, bowler, keep it straight. Get him down.
2 runs. White ball.
Easy.
Scores going up to 74. 5 balls to go before the innings break. White ball. Line and length is difficult to get right for a new bowler. White ball. It's nervy in the center. It's the first league match. Lights are on. The sun has set. Hits it. Fielded. It's hit the fence for 2. Almost with the fancy footwork, prevented that, but still goes for 2. No, it hit this.
Touched and then went here. Are we giving runs for that?
Yeah, if it touches this.
Yeah, but it's impossible to feel that with everyone there.
No, with his leg in. Oh, it's flighted ball. Did not touch the fence. A no ball called for the height. Free hit to come. A lot of extras in this innings. Bhuvan's going to look to connect here. White ball. Free hit continues. 80 on the board for the Mavericks. Smacks it. 4. Bhuvan continues his hitting. He's looking in fine form for the Mavericks. 84 on the board. Where will this total go to? Hits it. 4. Bhuvan smacking it from the center of the bat. Scores racing on to 88 at the end of 4.4. Again smacks it. 4 runs, 92 on the board. Last ball before the innings break for the strategic timeout.
David, field. Be on the position.
Hits it on the ground. Dot ball to end the first half of this innings as we take a strategic timeout. The score has 92 at the end of 5 overs. At this rate, the score will be 184, which would be a record total in this RPL. If you're joining us now, the Mayflower Mavericks are 92 at the end of 5 overs. Check. If you're just joining us in, welcome to the RPL. Today's match, Jasmine Goats in their debut match against the Mayflower Mavericks. So far, advantage Mavericks. Okay, a girl power play has been called. That should really break down the momentum of the Mavericks, who are looking in fine touch right before the break. If you've joined us just now, the Mavericks are on 92 at the end of 5 overs, which is the highest score at the end of 5 overs so far in this RPL. So the girl power play should be a switch in the momentum. So, of course, Bhuvan and Manoj, who are the openers, will have to wait for this over to end before they resume their batting. Requesting the girl player from the Mavericks to come out to bat and the girl player from the Goats to take the ball. 2 fielders in the deep, 1 wicket keeper. So for those of you who are new to the RPL, a girl power play, the rules are slightly different. Less fielders in the deep. If a wicket falls, it's a -1 run to the batting team, but the girl will have to bat all 6 balls. All right, this is the 6th over. Zara on strike. Smacks it down the ground. It's hit. She's hit a wicket. She is hit wicket. She is hit wicket. -1 run to the Mavericks. Score. -1 run to the Mavericks. White ball. White ball. White ball. White ball signaled. White ball. The runs keep ticking along, 95. Swing and a miss. Hits it down the ground for 2. Score moves up to 97. Will we get to 100 in this over? Hits in the air. No man's land. Remember, if the catch was taken, there would be another -1. Hits it. Misses. 1 ball remaining in this girl power play. The score is 97. Only 5 runs of this over. White ball. Scores 98. Hits it. 2, and that's 100 for the Mavericks at the end of 6 overs. We request the batsmen Bhuvan and Manoj to come back onto the crease. Fielders of the Mavericks, of the Goats to come back on as well. So only 8 runs of that over. Deceptively, it felt like a longer over.
Hey, Devan, Atrish has to go in.
Fielding team requested to There should be only 6 boys and 1 girl on the fielding team.
Adresh, come in front.
Dhruv is back into the attack. Steams down the ground, it's in the air. But remember, shots down the ground have to be hit flat for a 6. Otherwise, it hits the top, ends up for no runs. Dot ball. Hit down the ground. Oh, it's acrobatic. Good. Good use of the feet. There's a Michael Jackson movie out there, and the good footwork is what we... Oh, it's... No ball, run out opportunity. No. Single taken, which is very rare to see in this format. Put the fielding side under pressure. No ball and a single taken. So it's all happening out here, folks. This has been one of the most entertaining watches of any innings so far. 102 already after 6.2. A rare single taken. Swing and a miss. Oh. Seems to be a freak injury out there. Seems to be a muscle pull on Bhuvan. Sometimes when you're quickly trying to move back to get back into the crease, you can pull a muscle, especially if you haven't stretched before the match. A bit of a freak injury at the center. The Mavericks will, of course, hope that Bhuvan is okay, as we all do. These things happen in a physical sport sometimes. But Bhuvan had the wherewithal to stay in his crease despite pulling the muscle. His team have come forward to make sure he's fine. A good moment of sportsman spirit here. Teams are checking in if their star batsman is doing fine. He's going to brave himself, continue to play despite the injury. So if you saw it closely, Bhuvan swung and missed and then tried to quickly get his bat back into the crease. But that awkward motion pulled a muscle. But he's a brave boy and he's going to continue batting despite the pain. All right, we're back into place, folks. 102 on the board, 6.3 overs. Hits it down the ground. It's going all the way. In trying to prevent 3, it goes for 4 again. We need to be careful where the ball finally ends up is where it really matters. Welcome boundary for Bhuvan, who's just recovered from injury. Hits it. Fielded in the deep. No runs.
Very good, Adresh.
This is actually a much better comeback from the Goats. Because at one point it was looking like the score could have gone to about 180 at the end of 5. It's it! Taken! First wicket falls for the boys. Manoj continuing his stroke play. It's 110 for the Mavericks. They're still looking good for a score above 130, which would be the highest score for any team on this RPL so far, which was set by the Springfield Stormbreakers. Mayflower's looking good. Manoj again hits it for 4 and a no ball. Again, it's all happening here. This is looking like a big over once again. How much of a difference will this make in the final run of play? Manoj has already moved up to 39. He's going to look to get a half century soon. Hits it. Safe. No runs. They want some more of these dot balls to finish out this innings. 115 on the board at the end of 7.2. So still a couple of overs after this. They're going to look to at least get close to 150 here. That should be more than enough on this wicket. But you never know. Hits it. 4. Manoj goes on to 43. He is looking good here. He's the key to the Mavericks getting to a very high total. They're already 119. They're 11 away from the highest ever total in the RPL so far. They still have a couple of overs after this. Hits it again. This time for 2. Manoj moves on to 45. Mavericks moved on to 121. This is already going to be one of the highest totals of this tournament. 2 balls to go in this over. Hits it! 1 bounce and to the fence for 4. Manoj is dealing in boundaries. He's up to 49. He'll look to get off and get that 50 before the end of this over. 125 for the Mavericks. They're only 5 runs short of the highest total of this RPL. 13 balls are left in this innings. Hits it! 50 for Manoj. He raises his bat. His team acknowledges his effort. He is the star man. Him and Bhuvan have given the Mavericks a real chance to .129 on the board. Where will this innings finish? It could go anywhere. It could go up to 150. It could go well beyond. Let's see if Manoj can get back on strike. But Ribov is out here. The captain. White ball. 130 on the board. They've equaled Springfield's score of 130, which was until now the highest total. They still have 2 overs to beat it. So you know this is already poised to be something historic here. Swing and a miss. Dot ball. 11 balls left in this bowling innings. 130 on the board. They had said 100 to 110. It's already over that. Smacks it. 4. Ribov is off the mark with a boundary. 134. Highest total in the RPL. 10 balls to go. Where will this finish? Smacks it! 4! No ball! It's all happening. Extras are just thick and fast. No ball 4. Hits it! 4! Hits it! 6! It's a flat 6! Ribov with the afterburners. He is really turning it on for the Mavericks. 149 already. 8 balls left in this. Hits it again. He's dropped it. And it's 4. Oh my God. Revant is on the ground. He can't believe his luck. A dolly dropped and goes for 4. 150 up for the Mavericks. 153. Hits it. No runs.
Revan, Adrij.
Come on, Adrij. Yes.
Adrij is the bowler for the final over. Adrij is the bowler. He's in charge of this final over. 153 on the board. Manoj back on strike. Hits it. Dropped again. 2 runs. Catches are going up begging time and again. Sharp catching opportunity. But only 2 runs. 155. White ball. Crowd are getting quite into this match. The highest ever total in this RPL. This will take some beating. 156 on the board. It's a 2 runs.
Good ball, good ball.
Swing and a miss. Good ball from Adrij. Remember, Manoj is in good form here. .158 on the board. White ball. 159 on the board. 159, 3 balls to go. This score could go anywhere. Where will this end? Manoj, the star batsman for the Mavericks. Smacks it high into the night sky. Sneaky single, taking on the fielder. Very smartly done. 160 on the board, 2 balls to go. 160 already. Adrij is going to hope no more runs go. Maybe a wicket. Oh, good ball. Final ball left. Dot ball here. It's very exciting here, folks. A good contest between bowler and batsman. River will have to swing for everything here.
Hey, there's a recording going on here. Can you keep?
Hits it! Out! 160. That is the end of the innings. Mayflower Mavericks end on 160 at the end of 10 overs. 16 runs and over. So by far and away the highest total ever in this edition of the RPL. 160 runs, 16 runs per over. That's going to require some chasing. But the goats will have to back themselves to try and put on a performance. Check. All right, could we have a quick interview with some of the batsmen? So just if you've joined us now at this halfway stage, the Mayflower Mavericks have scored a record high of 160 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 10 overs. Just a score update, I think we didn't catch this at the time, but Bhuvan, right before getting out, scored a 50. He scored 50 of 29 balls for Bhuvan, and Manoj scored 58 of 28 balls. So 2 half-centurions for the Mayflower Mavericks, and Ribav scored 22 of 9 balls. And so that was the Mayflower Mavericks. Of course, to chase down this mammoth total, we'll have to have some great batting performances from the Jasmine Goats, who've been practicing quite a bit leading up to their first match. Could we have a quick interview from any of the Mavericks here? Either the Mavericks coach or any of the Bhuvan or Manoj. Could any of the Mavericks be open to an interview? Okay, so we've got Captain Ribav here.
Don't go for 6, go for these balls. Even if you only
Yeah.
go for these balls, we can win.
So Bhuvan, we've updated the score and we've seen that you've scored a 50. How do you feel about your score? The highest score of this RPL, 160 runs. You had said, or they had said that 110 would have been a score they'd be happy with. How do you feel about 160? How was it out batting in the center with Manoj?
Yeah, last 2 matches it didn't go well for us. So we are very happy with the target we have set for them. Hope we ball well also.
So right at the end, after scoring a 50, it seemed like you pulled a muscle there. How are you doing in terms of your health? Are you feeling all right to field for your team?
Not pull or something, like I just twisted my ankle there while pulling the ball very hard. So that's just an impact there. So yeah, I'm ready to field for my team.
Fantastic. So do you want to give a quick shout out to your opening partner, Bhuvan, who scored, Manoj, your opening partner, who went on to play after you got out to score 58 very valuable runs. How was it with the partnership with him? You guys seem to be quite in sync, both of you hitting well. So give me a quick word about Manoj out there.
Yeah, it was fun opening with him. We tried as an experiment for this match, as this is a do or die for us. So yeah, it was fun opening with him and gave a huge target with a superb start for our team.
Fantastic. So Ribav also came in and got some valuable hits in the end. Scored a handy 22 of 9 balls. Very healthy strike rate from your captain. What would be a total that you'd be happy with? Because remember, net run rate is going to make a difference at the end of the day. So because net run rate will make a difference for you guys, this win potentially and a net run rate difference will make a huge. So what would be a bowling total that you'd want to set so that it boosts your net run rate and gives you a chance in this RPL to make it to the semi-finals?
Yeah, as a main bowler, Priyansh is missing. So we would like to restrict them below 110 or something so that our net run rate boosts up and can go whoever has the equal points with us, which will help us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Bhuvan. Good luck out there in the field. I'm sure you're proud of your performance. And, we're in for a potentially either a historic chase or a historic victory. So best of luck out there while you take on the Jasmine Goats in their first match. Thank you, Bhuvan. Centurion, half centurion, and almost 100 runs put on by the opening pair, which has put them in a very great position. It is looking at this stage like the Mavericks have done enough to secure a victory, but the Goats still have to bat. They will have to try and chase down this total, go over 16 runs per over, and really make a meal out of this chase. Remember, net run rate will be a factor. So the closer you get to 160, the better your chances are, even if you do not get there. So you want to make sure you get as many runs on the board, play your best batsman, and get as many on the board. So you make sure that the net run rate later, which might play a factor, is not too much against you. So Mavericks, of course, have not won their first couple of games, but they will hope that there's a chance here. So 160 on the board. This could go anywhere. All right, fielders from the Mavericks, please walk into the field to begin this run chase. Jasmine Goats. I think the openers are in the center. Revant has taken strike. They will need their openers as well as all of their batsmen to make a meal of this chase, to give them a strong start as they take on this mammoth total on this ground. All right, fielding team, the Mavericks. Okay, so just an announcement. So along with the orange cap, which will be for the highest runs scored and the highest wickets taken, there'll also be a pink cap for the RPL, which will be for the girl who scores the most runs, which is something for all the girls in this tournament to continue to play for. The pink cap, which will be given as a prize at the end of the RPL. Play ball, chase for 161 starts now. Hits it down the ground and it goes all the way for 4. Just the kind of start that the Goats were hoping for. Revant makes no mistake. This is a high-scoring match, potentially. 4 runs of the first ball. Hits it down the ground. It goes for 4. Back-to-back boundaries. Just the start that the Goats wanted. 8 runs of 2 balls. Pressure back onto the Mavericks. Hits it! Another boundary just on the edge of a 4 and a 6. 3 boundaries to start this over. 12 runs on the board. The chase is well and truly on. Revant is making a meal of this chase here. Gonna try their best. Hits it down the ground again. Strong attacking intent. The coach has sent him out to really put on pressure onto the opening bowlers. 14 runs of 4 balls already. Hits it! 4! 18 runs of this over. This is the kind of start that was needed. Remember, they have to go over 16 per over. This is exactly the run rate. Just what the doctor ordered for the Goats. Hits it again! Another boundary, 22 of this first over. Revant showing exactly what the Goats are made of. Strong start to this innings. He's dealing in boundaries and 2s. 22 runs of that first over. Remember, they just needed 16 and over to go. So just the kind of start they needed. Manoj, the star batsman for the Mavericks, has brought himself on to bowl. And Mihir has come in. Okay, this is Arjun who's come out to bat on the striker's end. Oh, Bhuvan, the other star batsman for the Mavericks, has come on to bowl. Let's see if he's in full fitness here. He had twisted his ankle earlier. Swing and a miss. They will be hoping to get Revant back on strike to continue his fine hitting from that first over. 22 runs of that. It's 22 at the end. We're at 1.1 overs. Swing and a miss again. Good bowling from Bhuvan, who we've seen in this tournament. Bowls a good line in length. It comes right to the eye level. It's hard to, unless you get a perfect pull shot, it's difficult to get those without using your feet and attacking the bowler. 2 dot balls. Swing and a miss. 3 dot balls. And the pressure continues to mount. Retired hurt signaled by the coach. There's a change in the batsman. A lot of teams have failed to do this. Remember, we saw Springfields go 12 balls worth of dots without retiring hurt their batsman. Sometimes you just need to roll the dice and bring in the next batsman. Because with a chase like this, you need to keep hitting every over. 3 balls, 3 dots. Bhuvan bowling well. Hits it! 4! 26, the first boundary of this over. They need some more of these to end this strong over from Bhuvan. Hits it! In the gap. They've made a meal at it at the fence. Is it a 2? Only a single.
He touched the boundary.
What is this? Player was touching.
If you want to check the replay, we can.
Yeah, check the replay. Check the replay.
Could we check the replay for if it touched the fielders while it went for 3? Every run matters here, so we want to make sure we get this right. So we're just checking the video replay for now.
Varan. Bro, it's my bad, Dad. Varan. Revan. Revan.
One run signaled after reviewing the footage. The third umpire signals only a single. But the good part about having video replay is that we can always check and make sure that it's the correct call. But the on-field decision was correct. Single. But Revant is on strike with only 1 ball left in this over.
All of these guys to move, they're talking too loud and it's disturbance for the batsman.
Swing and a miss.
Can you please ask? They're being too loud. That's okay, they're outside. Outside anybody.
No, they were distracting me also.
No, but you cannot just, this is an irrelevant request. They're outside. Anybody can talk outside. Come on. In the stadium, nobody maintains line.
So at the end of 2 overs, the score is 27. Only 5 runs off that previous over. And crucially, Revant is off strike here. So, the Goats will look to hope to try and get another cheeky single to try and get their danger man, Revant. So Manoj, the high scorer of this game so far, 58 he scored, is bringing himself on to bowl. One of Manoj or Bhuvan are looking good for the man of the match at this early stage, but there's a lot of hitting left, a lot of overs to go to change that narrative. Hits it! It hits 2-run signal. They're trying to go for some. It's already 2 runs. Unfortunately, if it hadn't gone for 2, they could have got Revant on strike. Sometimes you're hoping that the ball doesn't go to the boundary to get your danger man in. So 29 on the board, 2.1. It's in the air. So far, so good in this second and third over now for the Mavericks. Goats are going to look to get hits. It's in the air. single, but crucially, Revant is back on strike. He still has half the over to play. 29 on the board already. Revant swings it. Falls safely. It's hard to keep hitting, but Revant has to try and stick it out till the end for his team. White ball. 30 runs up for the Jasmine Goats in this thrilling run chase that might go down to the wire. It's a mammoth total they're chasing. Revant smacks it for 6. The hopes of the Jasmine Goats are on the shoulders of this man right here, Revant, who's going to hope to take them to the promised land. 37 on the board. Hits it again. Goes for 4 on the 6 is only when you hit it straight.
Change of batsman. Change batter.
Batsman.
Then comes out. How much do we need? Only
41 already on the board. 120 needed. 120 runs needed in 42 balls. It's still a long way to go, but they will back themselves with their deep batting lineup. Dhruv has been brought into the crease. Paran has been retired hurt. This team is not afraid to rotate their batsmen, something that all other teams can take note of. The score is 41 at the end of 3 overs. It's a pretty decent start, but they need more. They were hoping to be at 48 and they're 41. Not too bad. Hits it. It's in the air. They're running for a single. Single taken. Revant is on strike. Just what the doctor ordered for the Goats. This is one of the teams that is taking the most singles, which is very interesting because when you have a danger man like Revant in your team, you want him to face as much of the balls as possible. Smacks it down the ground for 4. Revant is dealing in boundaries here, folks. He's got a lot of support from his team here, cheering him on every ball. 46 on the board. 3.2 overs. Hits it down the ground. 2 runs. 48 on the board. 3.3. Hits it. 4. Revant is dealing. He's seeing it like a football out there. He is smacking it all across the park. 50 up for the Goats. 52 on the board. This chase is well and truly underway. And it's a thrilling chase already. Oh, white ball signaled. 53 on the board. 3.4 overs. This is looking like a good chase already. Hits it! 4! As long as Revant is there, everything is possible. These are the kind of matches which are so much fun to commentate because even with a big total, the match is never over until it's over. 57 on the board, 3.5. Revant on 46. Hits it! Oh! A sure shot boundary blocked by his non-striking batsman, which also takes him off the crease. At the end of 4 overs, the score is 57. That was a meaty hit by Revant, taken on the chest by his compatriot in the center. He seems to have knocked the wind out of his sails. But Dhruv is a strong boy. He's going to be undeterred. So still 104 runs needed in 36 balls. At this stage, they needed to be at 64. They're at 57. They're staying in touch, within touching distance of the required rate from when the match started. Captain hits it. A wild ball down the leg side, but dispatched for a boundary by Dhruv. 61 on the board. Hitting their opposing captain for a boundary. Hits it again, another boundary. Dhruv is also turning on the heat. This chase is heating up. This match is so exciting to call because you just don't know who's going to win this. It's sort of right in the balance. Hits it down the ground. Oh, there's a run-out opportunity. You should always watch where is the run-out opportunity. Thrilling over so far. 2 boundaries, run-out opportunity. It's all happening in the center. This is the last over before the strategic timeout. Could not dispatch it this time. All the balls down the leg side have so far been dispatched. But a couple of dot balls puts the pressure back. Dhruv looking to finish this over strong. Swings it down the ground straight to the fielder. No mistake in the field. Another dot ball. Last ball before the strategic timeout. Bowled him! The captain strikes, takes out the top of off stump. Crucially, Revant will come back on strike at the resume of the innings. So that's that. At the end of, at the halfway mark, the Goats are at 65. They need 96 at the remaining 30 balls, 5 overs to go, including the girl power play. So it's going to be an interesting finish here. Crucially, Revant, who's on 46, is going to be facing the next ball whenever they resume. Girl power play will be in effect right after this innings break. This strategic timeout. check. All right, the girl power play has been activated. This means that the next 6 balls will be played by Avika, young girl in the center. Play ball. 65 on the board at the end of 5. Hits it in the air. Hits the top. Misfielded. You could run. You could sneak a single if you wanted to. Hits it straight to the fielder. Hits it again. -1. Good catch by Bhuvan. He keeps adding to his stake from the man of the match. Swing and a miss. So far, only a -1. Hits it in the air, out again, -2. Hits it again, but it's going all the way. 2 runs. Well done, Avika. So net. That's the end of the girl power play. We'll resume with the boys with Revant back on strike. All right, so that means we're still at 65 with only 4 overs to go. It's a steep chase at this point. But Revans is batting on 46. Revant on 46. Can he take his side home? Attacking intent. I think the goats need Revant to stay on the crease till the end. Face as many deliveries as possible to give them a fighting chance. Hits it! 2 runs signaled.
Can we review?
The fielding team is with the 4.
Above the AC. AC ka over ke niche.
Or the fielder confirms that was a 2. Hits it! 4! Revant, that's a 50 for Revant. He's up to 52. He is keeping the hopes alive for the goats. Remember, net run rate might play a factor, so all of these runs are very valuable for the team. 71 on the board. Smacks it! They're gonna run. It's already hit 2, so Revant will stay on strike and the score moves on to 73.
88 of 20 balls.
88 needed of 20 balls. It's a difficult from here. But remember, net run rate is also very important in this tournament. Smacks it! 6! We need more of those. As long as he's there, a sliver of hope remains for the goats to try and get close to the daunting total. Revant moves on to 60. Last ball of this over. Four! They were trying to get a cheeky single in there to keep Revant on strike. But a 4 is a welcome as well. 83 on the board, 3 overs to go. 78 runs needed. I think the strategy also has to be to get as many runs on the board as possible, because your net run rate, if you're on equal points, will make a difference. So the margin of victory could also be something to look out for. So I think the license is there to hit. Swing and a miss. No runs. Every dot ball is now crucial as we go into the final stage of this innings. Oh, it almost takes my head off, but it's okay. I have good reflexes here. No ball, 4. No ball, 2. Handy runs. So Paran is back after being retired hurt previously, and he's going to try to support Revant in trying to get as many runs on the board. 86 already, free hit. Smacks it in the air. Strategically done for 2. Keeping Revant off the strike. Paran has been retired hurt a second time. New man in. New man into the crease. 4 balls to go in this over. New man into the crease. They're going to try to get Revant back on strike. 88 on the board already. It's a good total. They'll want to get as many on the board as possible. Give as many of their batsmen chances as well. Smacks it! 2. 90 on the board. It's difficult to come out here and start hitting, but the young man has started strong, showing attacking intent. Smacks it in the block hole. No runs. 15 balls left in this innings. 71 more needed. Swing and a miss. 71 of 13 needed. Wow, he attacks the bowler. Nice intent shown by the young man. That's the end of the 8th over. 90 runs on the board. Still need about 71 runs in 2 overs to try and get close to the total required. But with Revant out there, who's batting on 64, he's going to try to make a claim for the orange cap in this tournament with a strong start here. Yeah, it needs... Yeah, can we see the first 100 of this RPL? Smacks it! 2. $92 on the board. 11 balls to go.
Can we cheer for Revant's 100?
Revant on to 66 already. He's going to hope to get as close to the total as possible. Bhuvan's team's hit down the ground. Fielded in the deep by Manoj. Valuable runs saved in the deep. Bhuvan in his second and final over. He's done it with the bat. Smacks it down the ground. It's hit for 2. Fielded before it goes for a boundary. Dealing in 2s but needing the 6s. 68, Revant moves on to. He's been an oasis in this. Hits it! Goes for 4. Score moves up to 98. We're going to cross the 100 barrier. 2 balls left in this over and then the final over of this innings. Revant's going to hope to take Goats very close. No ball call. Run out, but a no ball called. So 99 and a wicket falls, but the run was not completed. Two balls left in this over with the no ball. But there's a no ball right before this, right? So 2 balls still left in this over. 98 or 90? So 2 balls to go, 99 on the board. We need to get 100 and then get as close to the 160 as possible. Dot ball. Revant is not getting the support that he was hoping for. Swing and a miss. And at the end of the 9th over, the score is 99 for the Jasmine Goats. Of course, victory is now out of the picture, but how close can they get to this total? Because on any other day, a score like 99 and where they end can... All right, another retired hurt here for the Goats. They're giving their batting lineup a good go, ensuring that all of their team is getting a chance to bat. There's still about 62 runs to win in this final over. So it's not about the win at this point, it's about the net run rate and how many can Revant get. He's already on 66. He's on 72. He's on 72. Let's see if he can get white ball. 100 comes up for the Jasmine Goats. In the first few matches, 100 has been more than par total to chase. So they'd be happy with getting 100 runs already with 1 over to go. Still 60 runs needed to get parity. How far can they go? White ball. I think the Mavericks have been trying to take it a little easy in this final over. With the win in the bag, they're giving a bowler a chance. Couple of wides, 101 on the board, 59. Smacks it! Good fielded in the deep, saves the single. 3 runs instead of 4. Score moves on to 104. Revant on 75. Smacks it! Dot ball. Last 4 balls, where will this innings go to? Slow ball, hit for 4. Hits the 1 bounce and goes for 4. 79, Revant has moved on to. This is, I think, the highest innings in the RPL. The highest ever individual score already from Revant. He's going to be chasing the orange cap. Hits it for 6. He's up to 85. He's actually going for 100 here. Can he get there? 114 on the board. Remember, this total would have been a winning total on any other day except for one, which was Springfield's 130. So it's already the second highest total. Oh, this ball is way above the head. Last ball of this entertaining match. There's been 274 runs already scored in this. Smacks it down the ground. They're going to run for everything. Misfield and a 4. Revant with the highest ever total in the RPL so far. This is a star performance from a man who wants it all in this tournament. So, in one of the most high-scoring matches of the entire tournament, the highest-scoring match, 178 runs were scored at the end of 28 overs. This is by far and away a historic match, and we saw some historic totals out there. The Mayflower Mavericks, of course, scoring the highest team total of the tournament, 160 at the end of their 10 overs. This was because of Manoj, who scored 58, and Bhuvan, who scored 50. And in the chase, the Jasmine Goats end the innings at 118 at the end of their 10 overs, which in most matches would have been a winning total. And their star batsman, Revant, scoring 89 unbeaten in 32 balls. And that is going to be interesting to see how Revant does for this team and where can he take them. And this particular result will keep the Mayflower Mavericks in the hunt after a couple of losses. Let's have a quick word with their captain before we have a word with Revant as well, who played really, really well for... Yeah. All right, Ribav, the winning captain here today. So you were looking today to get some points on the board, get a healthy net run rate on the board. Both of those have been accomplished in a very high scoring match. Tell us, how did you feel out there to get your first win? How does it feel? What does it mean for the team?
We won only one game and then we lost 2 in a row, so our morals were down. After this, I think we're very happy. That was a good breakthrough from our side. The openers did a really good job. They scored a very fast and quick, heavy runs. That was really good. And then the finisher just played few, and we got a big score because of them.
Fantastic. And for you, you know, a 42-run victory, one of the biggest margins of victory in this RPL so far, keeps you guys in the hunt. Who's your next match against, and what message do you have for that opposition?
I think our next match is against Elan or Panthers. Panthers, I think we're ready. We'll be practicing more. So mostly on our bowling. Our batting did really well. That's all I have to say.
And by the time your next match happens, are you expecting any of your team members to come back and join you to... Because now with this win, I'm sure they'll be buzzing to be a part of this team.
Yeah. Priyansh will be coming for the next match, our main bowler. And Atharva, hopefully his finger heals and he plays.
Amazing. Great job, Riyansh. These are the kind of days that you practice for, right? You want to get a historic total 160 runs. It's going to be very difficult for the other teams out there to score more than 160, right? So do you want to throw out a challenge out there to all the other captains watching that even if you lose a couple of matches, it's perfectly possible to make a comeback?
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Do your best.
Fantastic. Anyone in your team that you particularly want to say big shout out to?
Bhuvan and Haran. Haran Bhuvan and Manoj. Haran, Bhuvan bowled really well and he batted amazing. And Manoj stayed the entire innings, which was really good.
Fantastic. Thank you, Riyansh. Congratulations on winning today and scoring the highest total by a team. Thank you, Ribav. Let's have a word with the losing captain as well. Could we have the captain that unfortunately did not end up winning? Yeah, could we have a quick interview with the captain who, after a very entertaining match, you guys were really up against it after 160 was put on the board. You could have easily folded and given in, but 118 runs scored, which is a very, very promising total. What did you feel about that chase, and where could you have improved slightly for a different result?
The batting was really good. I really liked the batting, but I think we had to work on our bowling and work on a bit more of variations so that even if the ball's touch, it doesn't go for a boundary.
And do you want to give a quick shout out to Revant, who of course spearheaded your chase, scoring 89 runs, the highest individual score so far of the RPL. What should the other teams worry about when they face a batsman that as good as Revant out there?
I think he's a really good. It was a really good innings. I really enjoyed it, and yeah.
And of course, not the result that you wanted, but a lot of positives to take through into the next game. What are some things that you're going to tell your team, and what are some things you're going to practice on before the next match?
I think we'll get the bowling better, work on the bowling combinations, and come back on the next game.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, and good luck in the next match. That was Dhruv, the captain of the Jasmine Goats. So before we call out the man of the match, we want to have a quick word with a very star batsman who we saw a promising innings. Could we have Revant out here to have a very quick word? Revant, the highest individual score of the RPL so far, 89 runs, showing that it's possible for, even in the short format, to try and get to almost a century. How was it batting out there? How did you feel about the run chase? How did you feel about your own batting? You should be proud of that performance. How was it out there for you?
It was good. I thought we would finish the chase, but I think if I had support from the other end, we could have done that. Our other batsmen lost their wickets. I could have tried by myself, but I couldn't get it. We'll improve on that from next.
Yeah, so give us, what is the trick to getting to batting so well? What is something that you're going to tell your other teammates to do? Because you clearly were hitting it all across the pitch, especially on the offside, getting some healthy sixes and boundaries and running the singles. So what was the trick out there that you found it so much easier to bat out there?
It's just all about seeing the length of the ball and playing it like that, and the correct timing, and enough power, then it will go.
All right, Revant. So we hope to see you in the next match as well. You know, there is an orange cap prize and you want to sort of be in the chase to be within the highest run getters of this tournament. Of course, the 89 sets you up well. So good luck to you and your team for the next match as well. We look to wish you luck as the tournament goes on.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, now we will call on the man of the match for this. And as per the statistics, the man of the match has been Manoj. Manoj, the highest scorer for the Mavericks, also bowled and fielded really well for the team. So Manoj, how does it feel to get the first victory on the board, points on the board? A huge victory, of course. Because of your partnership between you and Bhuvan, you guys set yourselves up for the highest team total so far. So how does it feel to get that first victory?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good, especially having Bhuvan on the other side, is like a lot of confidence. And I would like to thank everyone for the support they've given me, because I've not been playing well for the last few matches, but we had a good strike today. So yeah, really grateful.
Fantastic. So what does it mean for your team to get this big win? A huge boost to your net run rate, keeps you in contention. What is the message that your team is going to take away from this? What are the positives you can take away?
Yeah, I mean, we've lost the last two matches, but this will, we had bad morale, but this will give us, boost our morale. So yeah, it'll be good for us and we'll be strong in the next match.
Fantastic. And do you want to give a quick shout out to Bhuvan out there, your batting partner? You guys scored a lot of runs at the opening, which is very important on this pitch. So 160, right? Do you think any other team out there is going to beat that 160 that you guys scored?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, if we could do it, it could be possible. And yeah, having Bhuvan on the other side is like a whole other confidence. So yeah, big shout out to him.
Fantastic. Manoj, the man of the match today, a brilliant performance with the bat, 58 runs scored. Congratulations. And he's, of course, going to be in contention for the MVP of the tournament as well as for the highest run getter. So thank you, Manoj. And that wraps up today's match. So the news from the center, as you'd imagine, has been one of the highest scoring, most entertaining matches with the bat. 160 scored by the Mavericks, 118 in the chase by the Jasmine Goats, who end up getting defeated by 42 runs at the end of their innings. Ashutosh, a quick word on this match. How did you feel? Was quite entertaining for the neutral to watch. A lot of positives to take from these two teams. How was your experience watching this, and what do you take away from this match?
Well, as I told you, the bar is getting higher and higher with every match that we go along. The teams are now preparing well, they are practicing, and I can see definite improvement in bowling and batting. From the first day when I visited some apartments, I visited Jasmine, I visited Sun City, I visited Springfields, and I could see that the bowl was still not, the players were still not mature. Now the idea of RPL was to get them to a professional level when they are practicing and when they know what actual professional cricket means. So this is the stepping stone. I hope a lot of them take cricket seriously now and not just play inside their apartments. And I don't want this thing for them to drop the ball and continue playing even after RPL. They want to play with each other. They can always play with themselves. But if they get me or ask me to conduct matches, we can have like a league going for throughout the year. Well, we'll maintain the leaderboards, get more apartments to come in and showcase that RPL is the platform for young talents in the apartment and otherwise to come and play and display their skills. So I think we are getting there. Initially the idea was to get people to or get kids to play outside their apartments, and I think yes, it's meeting its goals.
Fantastic. So RPL is going strong. There's more matches to come as well. Of course, it's an action-packed set of matches ahead. So for you at this stage, even after a couple of losses, it isn't over for the Mayflower Mavericks, who've pushed a big win today. So what does it tell all the other teams who've so far not done well, that you can still stay in the hunt and keep trying to get performances in?
So as you can see, if a team has played 2-3 games, same with Springfields, they started slow, but then they picked up. The same thing with Mayflower, they started slow, a couple of losses, and they have now come back strong. So it's all about warming up. The same thing will happen with Jasmine now. They'll go back or to the drawing board, they'll understand what went wrong today and come back stronger in the next game.
Fantastic. So the tournament is very set up to be quite interesting as we go into the business end of the tournament. Of course, every team's going to keep an eye out of all the results. Every result has a change on the leaderboard, change on the net run rate. So do you think it's going to be a close finish between multiple teams vying for the same top 4 positions to get into the semi-finals? It's going to be set up really well. I'm sure for you as an organizer, this is exciting. The tournament's heating up. More and more teams are coming out to play. How exciting is it for you to take an idea from inception to finally the execution and people really buying into the RPL at this stage?
So what I had approached a few other apartments like Sun City, Mavela and some other apartments where the manager or the team, they told that no, there are no enough players or no one wants to do this. But then now I'm getting players or people calling me or kids calling me, I want to play, I'm from Mavela, I'm from Sun City, I'm from this apartment. So I told, sadly I'm not able to get them all to play because they need a team of 11. Hopefully they are able to get together and we can change a format little bit next year. Even if a apartment is not or an RWA is not able to get a full team, we'll somehow try and get them to play the game. And hopefully next year we will have some changes in the format and we'll have a much bigger format and a much bigger stage and also more and more apartments and kids taking part.
Fantastic. So that was Ashutosh, folks. So that was it from the center. We got an important victory, entertaining match, showing us with the bat, with the team total, anything is possible in this tournament. And we thank all of you who are watching along on the YouTube. And we'll give the final word to Ashutosh to close us out and take us home from here.
So, okay, we have another match coming up. It's an exciting weekend. So tomorrow we have Mayflower versus Elan. That will be a good one to watch. They are the top performing teams. Elan has been unbeaten. I'm sure Mayflower after the win today are feeling upbeat and ready to take on Elan. And we'll have an exciting match tomorrow. And again on Monday we have Daisy taking on Dahlia. So again it's a full fun-filled weekend. It's an exciting weekend. Don't go anywhere. Keep watching, keep visiting Boundless, and we'll see you tomorrow, all of you, and good night.
Thank you and good night, everyone. See you next time in this interesting RPL. Catch you guys tomorrow. Good night.